Smash Wrestling continues to put me in the ring with Scotty O'Shea. As if I have something to prove. I have proven that I am better than him. Every time I step in the ring with Scotty O'Shea, he has no answer for Brent Banks. But if you're not satisfied, if I still have to prove myself, I've got a good idea. Because it still drives me crazy that a nerd like him got into the Smash Championship tournament, while a guy like me, Brent Banks, was on the outside looking in. Me, Brent Banks, not in the tournament. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add to the long list of reasons why I'm better than Scotty O'Shea. Because I can do everything that nerd can do, but better. Way better. So I'm going to one-up him. I want to destroy the man that he barely beat to get in that tournament. That's right. I, Brent Banks, challenge Jay Lethal to bring his black ass all the way back to Smash Wrestling. To not get in the ring with a little boy, a nerd, a loser like Scotty O'Shea. No, he's going to get in the ring with the man, the myth, the legend that is the one-man dynasty, Brent Banks. So I can prove to the idiots at Smash Wrestling that I am better than that nerd. I'm better than Jay Lethal. I'm better than all of this. And that I should have been in that tournament. I should have that title. And that I am the Smash Wrestling Champion. You just don't know it yet.
Tonight's the night. We set this place on fire. We don't pay no mind. It's our time to shine. Let's burn it up. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. We're here to right the wrongs. We came to get it on.
Hello, Smash Wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of Smash TV. I'm Scott Hunter alongside my broadcast partner, Brad Myers. Brad, how's it going?
It's going great because it's Wednesday, which means... Smash TV.
Smash TV, ladies and gentlemen, and what an episode we have for you here today. Up next, we have the main event from last year's Super Showdown as the Overdogs take on one of the longest reigning tag team champions in the history of WWE, and Brian Kendrick and Paul London.
I would argue also maybe one of the coolest entrances in professional wrestling history. Remember when he slid all the way through the ring? It was awesome.
Very energetic. And fans, I got a chance to sit down with Xandra Bale. We'll see that interview coming up later on in tonight's show.
Very looking forward to seeing it. Scott, I know you're a hard-hitting journalist question asker, so I'm pretty excited to see what...
Hard-hitting journalist question asker, Brad? Fans at Smash TV continues to get bigger and better. Find out how you can be a part of the action.
That's right, Scott. We've got Super Showdown II bookended by two huge TV tapings on each side of the Greater Toronto area.
On August 9th, the road to Super Showdown II rolls through Brantford, Ontario. Fans, you can get your tickets at smash-wrestling.com for this incredible event.
But that's not all. On August 24th, in OSHAWA, Ontario, come witness the fallout of Super Showdown II at Super Showdown II Aftermath. Don't miss your chance to be a part of Smash Wrestling TV.
Fans, be sure to get your tickets. Once again, smash-wrestling.com. General admission $15, VIP $20. These shows are limited capacity, so get your tickets now.
The following is brought to you by the Shining Wizards Network, home to many great podcasts, including Neckbreaker, 2.5 Wrestlers, The Midnight Jury, Pro Wrestling 101, Turnbuckle Throwbacks, Apex Radio, and of course, The Shining Wizards. Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boo, and at ShiningWizardsNetwork.com.
Yeah, let the carnivores in. Dead sun's like a corpse in the morning. We ripping doors off the hinges. We bringing war to the minions. Let's go!
And here we go, fans. What a matchup this was from the original Super Showdown, the very first one. Our biggest show of the year in 2013. Paul London and Brian Kendrick make their way to the ring.
Look at what Paul London is wearing. He's wearing a spacesuit.
It's because he likes to fly.
Flying, you have to break orbit to get to space. No longer becomes flying, becomes floating.
There you go, folks. The more you know.
Always have to know.
Brad Myers, the science guy, here joining us today. And Paul London introducing himself to some of the fans here at ringside. Yeah, you're right, Brad. This is not the attire that we're used to seeing of Paul London. But fans, what a show this was, Super Showdown. Once again, it was our biggest show of 2013. I mean, just the epitome of Smash Wrestling all came to a head in one night.
Yes, Scott, Smash Wrestling really went out of its way to define itself here at Super Showdown back in August, bringing in the likes of Paul London and Brian Kendrick to go 2-on-2 against the Overdogs.
And of course, we look to do that again this upcoming August. The Super Showdown 2 is we're well on the road to that. And here we go, Paul London still introducing himself to a lot of fans here. A lot of introductions being made here tonight, Brent.
Scott, this might be the longest entrance in Smash Wrestling history. I said he had the coolest entrance. I take it back.
But here's a pretty cool entrance. Here's the Overdogs make their way to the ring. Brad Myers retracting his statement there. And fans, this is the original faction of the Overdogs.
That is the point I was just about to make, Scott. This is Sebastian Suave, Josh Alexander, not Sebastian Suave, John Greed.
Brad, I've almost forgotten what these two look like as a tag team. Of course, now they are bitter enemies.
Yeah, these two absolutely hate each other these days. But this was back in a time when things were simpler, and these two guys were the best of friends.
Times, it was the worst of times.
Absolutely.
The Overdogs, at the time, undefeated in Smash Wrestling, the hottest tag team that we had here in the company. Still one of the hottest tag teams that we have here in the company. Now is Suave is teaming with his new partner, John Greed.
And this was the ultimate challenge for the Overdogs, going against arguably one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling history. They were one of the longest reigning tag team champions.
They were the longest reigning champions in the history of WWE. And I mean, that's no slouch. I mean, that is, you think of the list of tag teams that have been through that company. And these guys have topped them all. They have Kendrick and London. Brian Kendrick's about to kick off this match. Going one-on-one here with the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. Of course, fans will take on Chris Hero at SMASHAPALOOZA.
That match is going to be absolutely insane.
Today, Brad, as we get into this contest, Josh Alexander with a big headlock there applied. Looking to wear down Brian Kendrick, looking to keep him slow and off his feet.
That's what you have to do when you're wrestling the likes of Brian Kendrick and Paul London. These guys are known for their high pace, high speed, high impact offense.
Sorry, go ahead, Brad.
If you can slow them down, take the knees out, then you really have them off their game and potentially could be able to pick up an easy win here.
I don't think there's any tag team that can match the speed of Kendrick and London.
It's basically like watching a match on fast forward.
But Josh Alexander doing exactly what he needs to do here. Keeping Brian Kendrick off of his feet. Just trying to rip the arm off of Brian Kendrick.
That's definitely a way you can win. You can rip a limb off somebody.
Beautiful chain wrestling going on here from both men. The early going of this contest, and seems to end in a little bit of a stalemate there. Josh Alexander, Sebastian Suave talk things over. Going over a little bit of strategy. Might have to change that strategy up a little bit. And a square up again here. Lock up there, and another headlock there applied by Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander's so quick to move from a collar and elbow tie-up right into the headlock. didn't even give Brian Kendrick a chance to think.
And look at the leverage that he has on this headlock. This is not your average headlock. He's got all of his body weight pressing down on the head and neck of Brian Kendrick, trying to squeeze the oxygen out of his brain.
Brian Kendrick able to counter. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, and he drops to a knee, and again, the leverage that he has here. He's in perfect position. This is one of the best headlocks I've ever seen applied, Brent.
I mean, a headlock is a very simple move to apply, but to do it effectively it's almost an art form in itself.
Big shoulder block there from the walking weapon. Off the ropes, up and over. Oh, and the power there of Josh Alexander catching Brian Kendrick. Oh, what a power slam that was. 2. Only a 2 count there.
Kendrick able to kick out, but Josh Alexander goes right back to that arm. And here comes Sebastian Suave.
Oh, just stomping right on the back there of Brian Kendrick. And fans, this is how effective of a tag team the Overdogs, the original Overdogs, were. Just so smart, always seemed to be 5 steps ahead of their opponents.
The Overdogs are very good at picking their spots. They know where they need to be at every second of the match. And that was what made them such an effective tag team. Scott, it's very unfortunate the way that things played out between these two, because these guys could have been a legendary tag team in the business.
Well, they definitely could have been, Brad. And I mean, you know, who knows down the road, they might be able to put their differences aside, but there's a lot of differences between the two of them right now. They are far from the same page.
Brian Kendrick looked like he was going to fly. Paul London climbing to the top rope.
Suave is getting the hell out of Dodge.
Sebastian Suave trying to run out of the E-zone.
He's going the wrong direction, though. Fun fact, that door beside him is actually a closet, not the exit. Calling for a timeout now. Perhaps he's just realized he was running into a closet. It's him and Josh Alexander once again about to go over some strategy. They got to rethink the game plan here. This is not working out the way that they thought it would.
It's exactly what we talked about earlier, Scott. They allowed Brian Kendrick and Paul London to use their speed. And when you do that against a tag team like that, you're not going to be able to regain the advantage very easily.
They're doing what they need to do, though, here, Brad. I mean, this is the biggest stage that Smash Wrestling has ever had here at Super Showdown. This is the main event of Super Showdown. I mean, there's nothing bigger than this in Smash Wrestling. This is it. This is the epitome. This is what these guys work for.
It's the Super Bowl.
And the Overdogs are being very smart, keeping this match slow and getting the jitters out. I mean, this is a very big stage that they're on, and they're against one of the best tag teams in the history of this business.
Sebastian Suave looking like he's in firm control of Paul London.
Watching this match, Brad, it gets me excited again as we're on the road to Super Showdown II. Fans, of course, keep your eye on smash-wrestling.com. Tickets become available for that show. All London now with an armbar there on Sebastian Suave. Brad has seemed to have left me here, so gonna call this one solo by the looks of it here. Josh Alexander, runs into an atomic drop. Hurricanrana. Brad, feel free to jump in at any time here.
Paul London trying to fight back here.
Thanks, Brad. Josh Alexander throws Paul London off the ropes. Sebastian Suave ducks a punch.
Josh Alexander trying to get back in control. Whoa,
Oh!
Paul London.
Oh, what a crossbody that was right across the back of Paul London. And just like that, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, is back in control.
The Overdogs very methodical in their pace here.
Very deliberate is the attack of Josh Alexander. Everything he does has a purpose.
And everything he does, it's very in your face. It's very smash mouth. He doesn't beat around the bush with anything. If he's going to punch you in the face, he's just going to straight up punch you in the face.
Trying to take a tooth out. But right now he's got that reverse chinlock applied.
London able to wiggle free.
Oh, plants him to the mat with that belly-to-back suplex. Driving him on his back, his upper shoulders, back of his head. Only gets a 2 count, though. Paul London is in a bad way. As you see Kendrick, the corner of your screen, reaching in for a tag. I mean, Again, we talk about how well Josh Alexander and Sebastian Suave work together, Brad, but they're in there with the best in the business. I mean, we keep going back to that point, but they are making this look very easy right now.
Scott, we do keep touching on that point, but the fact of the matter is they are one of the best tag teams to ever be in professional wrestling. They're the longest reigning tag team champions from the WWE, and I mean, that has to say something for your work ethic.
But Sebastian Suave in firm control as Paul London tries to fight back here, get himself back to a vertical base. But again, Suave cutting that ring in half. We've seen that time and time again from the Overdogs, as it appears that they've chosen to single out Paul London.
Very lackadaisical cover there by Josh Alexander.
I think it's a 1 count for his efforts. He's trying to more get in the head of Paul London than he was trying to actually win the match there.
Paul London trying to fight back.
He's trying to get to that corner with everything that he has, trying to get that tag in there to Brian Kendrick. That's exactly what he needs to do. Whoa! What a back body drop that was from Josh Alexander, launching Paul London.
Paul London went halfway across the ring there, Scott.
Was touching the ceiling of the E-zone. Almost putting him into orbit with that spacesuit he was wearing earlier. Paul London rolling onto the apron now. Now he's fighting back with everything he's got left.
Paul London tried to shoulder Josh Alexander in the gut. Now he's hung up on the middle row.
This is not where you want to be if you're Paul London. He's just getting mauled right now. And he's throwing kicks in there, he's just trying to fight back with everything he has. He almost looks like an animal caught in that snare right now, Brad. Just doing whatever he can just to try to escape. Oh, there's a double team here from the Overdogs.
That's classic Overdogs. Sebastian Suave and John Greed still do that move to this day.
Chinlock here applied from Sebastian Suave. Muscling Paul London into the corner. And oh, what a chop that was, Brad.
You can tell if that was a chop or just a left hand right to the face.
Oh, and a knee right to the gut. And again, Paul London right back into that corner. This is not where you want to be. Quick tags made.
Alexander. Paul London desperately needs to make a tag here, Scott.
He is in a bad way. You can just see Brian Kendrick reaching as far as he can, stretching himself out, trying to make it a shorter distance for that tag to be made. But Josh Alexander wisely grabbing both arms of Paul London.
Trying to pull the shoulders right out of the socket there.
Can try to rip those arms off. Paul London able to fight out of it though. Is this the opening that he needs? Oh, again, Josh Alexander able to cut him off and pull him away from his partner.
It looked like he may have knocked Josh Alexander just enough off balance.
Hang on here, Brad. Paul London fighting back. Trying to take out both Overdogs.
Down goes Suave off the apron.
He is fighting for his life right now. Oh. In and out of the ring goes Sebastian Suave. Roll up. 2. Oh, Paul London almost steals one there.
Paul London fell into the wrong corner, though. Oh, he gets the boot up.
Paul London is fighting with everything that he has in the tank. Desperately needing to make that tag to Brian Kendrick. Oh, what a drop kick there from Paul London.
Could this be the opening Paul London needs to make a tag?
Josh Alexander is down and out. He's showing the effects of that drop kick right to the gut. Paul London trying to inch his way back to his corner now. Clawing and scratching, trying to make it to his partner, Brian Kendrick.
He needs this tag so bad, Scott.
Oh, Sebastian Suave!
Sebastian Suave pulling
Why is he pulling Brian Kendrick off the ring apron? His face went off that wall. And Josh Alexander taking advantage now as he goes right back to the attack on Paul London.
Hits him with a Canadian lifter there.
Both Overdogs in the ring. He's got to regain control of this contest here.
And now the Overdogs are doing what they do best. Ganging up on their opponent and not giving him a chance to breathe.
Paul London is stuck in the wrong corner. Wrong side of town. Looked at the ropes for a double team. Huge back body. No, lands on his feet. Hang on here.
Rolls under a double clothesline.
There's the tag. Brian Kendrick flying into the ring like a bat out of hell. Huge forearm to the face of Sebastian Suave. And a drop kick.
What a drop kick there.
This is the high energy offense that we're used to.
Brian Kendrick almost like he's on fast forward.
What's he going for here? Oh, tornado DDT running up Sebastian Suave to deliver it. Unique offense here from Brian Kendrick. Oh, only a 2 count. He almost got the victory there, Brad.
Somehow Josh Alexander able to dig down deep and kick out.
Going for sliced bread. If he hits it, it can all be over, but no. Josh Alexander hanging on the top rope.
Enziguri.
Oh, wow, what an enziguri that was. Wobbly legs. Oh, wow.
Running big boot.
He's still on his feet, though, Brad.
Oh, what a drop kick.
Beautiful drop kick
That's
from
gotta be
Brian
all.
Kendrick.
1, 2.
Sebastian Suave barely able to save the matchup for his team.
In the nick of time.
Paul London now back in the ring. Sebastian Suave. Oh, hang on, got reversed. Sebastian Suave on his way out. And now both Kendrick and London in the ring there with Josh Alexander. A shoulder right to the gut there. Up and over goes Josh Alexander. Onto the outside now. What is about to happen here?
Paul London and Brian Kendrick directing traffic to each other. Double
Whoa!
suicide dive!
You gotta be kidding me! Risking life and limb to take out the Overdogs here in the E zone, diving into the front row. Much to the delight of the fans here. And hang on a second. Oh! There's that roaring elbow there from Josh Alexander. Kendrick is down.
Alexander gets shouldered right to the gut. Paul London, springboard double stomp.
Huge mushroom stomp there from Paul London. Oh, yes. Oh, what a kick that was.
That was almost a knee. Oh!
Drop kick there from Brian Kendrick. Fast-paced offense from both teams now. Sliced bread. He nailed it. He nailed it. Oh, hang on a second. Suave grabs him. Kryptonite crunch. Misses with the kick. Oh, just plants him into the mat.
Tiger suplex driver.
Was it a suplex or a driver?
It was both.
Paul London up to the middle rope now. Oh, he got caught!
Slam.
What a power slam with authority there from Josh Alexander.
This match just turned fast and furious, Scott.
Odd time to say that, Brad, as all 4 men are now down in the ring. The pace slowed right down. This is going to end a double count out here, Brad.
It very well could.
Brian Kendrick showing some signs of life.
Josh Alexander back to a vertical base.
Oh, look out here, going for a power bomb. Oh, he rolls through it.
Kendrick rolls through. That can go on.
1, 2. Oh, reverses it. Oh, what a submission hold. This is a modified Boston Crab. I've never seen it applied this way before, Brad, but my God, what torque that is. Sebastian Suave, that's one way to break it up.
Elbow and down goes London.
And Suave now making the tag. Josh Alexander, the legal man. And both Overdogs once again in the ring there with Brian Kendrick. Oh, gut wrench. Hang on a second here. Oh, gut wrench neck breaker there from the Overdogs.
Threw him down into a cutter. That could be all. 1, 2.
Paul London breaking up the pin. Saving the matchup for his team. He gets launched out of the ring for his troubles.
Suave throws Paul London right out of the ring. Looks like he tagged back in Josh Alexander.
Hang on a second. Oh, wow, what a Yakuza kick. Followed by a roaring elbow.
Into the cover. 1, 2.
Brian Kendrick could have a concussion after that tag team maneuver.
Multiple shots right to the face.
He might be out. Hang on a second here. Sebastian Suave going to the top rope. We don't see this from him very often.
What is he thinking?
Oh, and that's why we don't see it from him very often. The gamble did not pay off, and both Overdogs get taken out. Oh, what a super kick that was.
By Kendrick. Could be going for sliced bread number 2.
Oh, he got caught, though. He got caught by Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander's got him in a fireman's carry here.
What is he about to go for here? Hang on. Kendrick trying to roll him over.
Paul London with a
drop salt with the assist. Is that enough? 2. No. Josh Alexander barely able to kick out. Just rolling through that cover, getting his shoulder off the mat. To Kendrick and London now.
The drop salt pinning combination wasn't enough.
Double suplex. They nailed it.
All London.
Setting up Josh Alexander in the center of the ring.
Could it be time for the London calling?
He's going all the way up to the top where he's most comfortable.
Oh,
on Suave. Oh, he got hung up on the top rope. And hang on, is that the opening the Overdogs need? Josh Alexander.
Here's the O'Connor roll. That could be it.
2.
Oh,
he gets pushed right into a form from Sebastian Suave. Is this enough?
They got him.
They got him. The Overdogs picking up a huge victory over Kendrick and London.
And the Overdogs remain undefeated.
As they pick up the win here in the main event. And what a main event this was for an incredible show back at the original Super Showdown. The first ever Super Showdown.
Super Showdown number 1 and of course Super Showdown number 2 coming up this August. The Young Bucks versus the Super Smash Brothers.
Looking to top this contest, that'll be a tough task.
But if any teams can do it, I think we've got the right ones.
Very excited for the debut here in Smash Wrestling of the Young Bucks. The Overdogs picking up the victory over Kendrick and London.
Welcome to the Weekly Wrestling Podcast and welcome to Smash Wrestling. Oh my God! What is going on? Ankle lock! Ankle lock! Oh my God! Hero wasting no time, coming in with a big boot to Watanabe. You missed out totally if you weren't here at Smash Wrestling tonight.
I've run through, I think, about 19 guys so far here at Smash Wrestling. So my favorite opponent, there's been a lot. I always like getting there with Tyson. I think Tyson Duke's one of Canada's, if not North America's, best unsigned talents, so that's always a pleasure. I've been really proud of my match with Greg Iron for Smash Wrestling. I was also really proud of my match with Johnny Gargano. So been so many guys. I mean, it'd be hard to pick a favorite. Those are some of my favorite matches I've had at least. My favorite moment, without question, was winning the belt. That meant a lot to me. I feel like I set out on that path when I first started in this company, and it was something that I had my eyes set on before there was even a mention of a belt or a title ever taking place. So when I was finally able to accomplish something that, again, that I had set out to do from day one, it meant a lot to me. I saw video footage of it afterwards, and I saw 2 dudes leap out of their chairs and hug. And that's something that is just so telling of what an emotional moment it was for everyone, and it was really cool and fulfilling for me, because I'm like, here's 2 dudes that were just drawn to hug each other because they were so happy for that moment, and that's exactly how I felt. I wanted to like hug everyone there. It was just a really cool moment. At Smash Wrestling, I would like to face guys like Chris Hero, who's been coming in more often. Alex Shelley was here. I want to test my skills against Josh Alexander more. I think he's one of the best guys that certainly Canada has to offer, if not the North America. Brent Banks seems to be on a tear as of late. I was thinking in there with him. I don't think I've had a singles match with Scotty O'Shea yet. I watched the match with Jay Lethal from a couple months ago and was really impressed. I think he would surprise a lot of people with what he brings to the table. So those are some of the dudes that I hope I get a chance to showcase my skills against coming up. My style in wrestling is completely unique. I had an 11-year gymnastics background. I'm now my 13th year of professional wrestling. I think when most guys approach wrestling, they think, I'm going to do a spine buster like Batista, or I'm going to do this other move like The Rock. But I look at it completely differently. To me, it's like an obstacle. So it's like, how am I going to interact with this environment? How am I going to interact with this crowd? Not how am I going to do something that someone else has done previously. So my style is just completely off the wall, innovative, next level.
And fans, next week, be sure to join Brad and I as we take a look back at the year that has been so far, the last 6 months here in Smash Wrestling.
Yeah, Scott, we're going to take a little walk down memory lane. We're going to reminisce about Any Given Sunday 2, Danger Zone, Gold, Destiny Awaits.
Some major debuts we've seen here in Smash Wrestling in the past 6 months here. The likes of AJ Styles, Rich Swann, Pepper Parks, Takaki Watanabe.
You name it. It's been amazing, and we're going to look back at it.
Be sure to join us next week, folks.
Brett Strong, Lisa Vino, Alex DeWitt, Michael Beard Kostecki, Nadine Farron, and Jimmy Corderas. From Machino Music comes High Speed Flamingo.
You guys gave them something to look forward to, something that they can actually have someone speak to them about their dreams, saying that it's good to pursue it. So I think it's really positive.
A positive influence. Like I said, the kids are responsive to it, and at the end of the day, Smash. This is Smash isn't just about the in-ring product. It's about getting out in the community and making a difference. And when you see the look on the kids' faces, and when you see them actually responding to the things you're saying, you know you are making that difference.
It's nice coming out today and talking to all the kids. We didn't get that opportunity when we were growing up, so it's nice to be able to offer the kids that opportunity.
This is very exciting for me. As Matt Cross, I've performed in 19 countries around the world.
Not a better feeling than seeing these kids with their faces and their smiles. It's all love. I love doing these. I love the kids here. It's such a great experience.
You can be that. You're honest. I don't care how hard it is.
I look forward to being a part of these events just as much as I look forward to being in the ring. It's about doing something different, about doing something challenging, and really, after an event or two, you actually do notice that you are actually making a difference for these kids. So whether it's visiting schools talking about bullying or chasing your dreams, or if it's getting involved with the local communities that we run events at, I hope that us as Smash athletes, we ingrain ourselves in those communities. We get to know these faces, we get to see these faces again, and it's something that we do on the regular.
Scott and Hunter here, sitting down with Xandra Bale. We got a little bit of ground to cover today. CANUSA's coming up. It's been announced that you're going to be on Team Canada. Let's take it back a little bit there to last year's CANUSA, though. You were named the Outstanding Performer of the Night after your match with Kimberly. Tell me about that match.
The match was a huge accomplishment for me. In Ontario, unfortunately, I've been overlooked, I felt like, and 2013 was a huge year for me. I broke out in the United States, started wrestling a lot more there, and then CANUSA came up in September, and I was on top of the world. Had one of the best matches of my career with Kimberly, and we tore the house down. I was really, really proud of that match.
It's a match that's still talked about today. Now, the end of the night, though, Canada didn't quite get the job done. USA winning in Canada on your home turf. How did that feel?
Like a dagger to the heart, man. I'm a very, very proud Canadian, and anytime we lose to the States in anything, hockey, wrestling, baseball, doesn't matter. It just kills me every time we do. And there's that tremendous individual accomplishment for myself, being able to be the most valuable performer, I believe is what we called it, in a field consisting of, Courtney Rush, who's supposed to be in the tournament, Visto, Christina Bonnieri, Kimberly, Candice LeRae. The names were substantial in that, and for myself, that individual accomplishment was huge. But having a loss at the end in an individual sport is an interesting. It was a lot of emotions going through me, basically.
So you talk about that individual accomplishment for you. It seemed like the sky was the limit for you. It's a major tournament here in Smash Wrestling, but you're also wrestling for WSU, Femme Fatale, Shimmer, Shine, and then you got hurt. Tell me about that.
Well, I broke my leg. This was back in October. I had just debuted for Shine. I had just wrestled at the CANUSA Classic, and I wrestled for AIW Girls Night Out. And then the next week, I wrestled for WSU, a big 6-way match, and I did a dive from the top rope. And I'm a suicide blonde. I do dives all the time, but this one unfortunately didn't go as well as planned. Landed on my feet, but the leg gave out on me. I managed to finish the match, we came home from New Jersey, and I wasn't sure if the ankle was broken or dislocated or both, and had it looked at, and sure enough, broke the ankle, and was in the cast for 6 weeks, and was out of action for 4 months before I was able to come back. And 2013 started off as such an incredible year for me, and it ended so badly.
It ended on a little bit of a sour note, but you did fully recover from that injury. And you made your return here in Smash Wrestling back at Danger Zone in a match with Vanessa Craven. And 2014 didn't start off too good for you either.
Yeah, it's been a rough 9 months now, but with, there's the good with the bad. a personal level, I've been able to spend much more time with my nephews and reconnect again with my family, which has been awesome. But I dream of wrestling. I go to bed every night thinking about it. I wake up every morning thinking about it. And to be pulled away from what you love for 9 months has been excruciating for me. So yeah, I broke the wrist in a match against Vanessa Craven. I was very proud of that match. I thought we had a really good chemistry between us. And just like to say that I don't think Vanessa has seen the last of me in terms of a competitor. She got me when I was just coming back from injury, and I feel like I can give her quite a bit more of a challenge than what I was able to give her in that match. And we're teammates coming up, but keep your eyes out for me, Vanessa.
It was a real gutsy performance, the fact that you were able to continue competing with the broken wrist. How is the wrist doing now?
Pretty well, 100%. Coming into the match July 20th, I think it'll be at 100%. Right now, it's just a few little things that I'm working out, but yeah, I've been rehabbing hard. Anyone who knows me knows that I hit the gym harder than anybody, so every single day I'm in there, and I can't wait to be back.
Well, you mentioned July 20th, SMASHAPALOOZA comes up. Of course, you're going to be taking on Cherry Bomb, the first time ever, one-on-one. She's going to be in CANUSA as well, but we don't really know what side of the fence she lies on. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on her?
Truthfully, I don't really care where she ends up. If she's going to be a teammate to me, then I'll support that. I'm all for Team Canada. I'm all for teamwork. If she wants to be on the other end, she wants to be on Team America, a country that is all about war and selfishness and everything else. That's completely up to her. Where her allegiance lies, it's her choice. I kind of had a sneaking suspicion, since she's formed a tag team with Kimberly, someone who I defeated last year at CANUSA, that she may want to kind of seek vengeance for maybe that victory that I had there, and maybe she wants to align herself with her. And if that's the case, whatever, I'm ready for it. And if she's standing across the ring from me at that tournament, then I'm going to tear her head off.
But you're already going to take her on SMASHAPALOOZA. What's your mindset going into that match with her?
It's an interesting match. Both obviously coming back from injuries. Her coming off from an ankle sprain, myself coming back from the broken wrist. There's the fears of, am I still going to be able to go as well as what I was going? Realistically, it's been 9-10 months off, just having the one match coming back with the wrist where I broke it. But there's some fears in my mind about whether I'm going to be able to perform to the standards that I had done before. But truthfully, I think the excitement, the adrenaline of being in the E-zone again is going to take over, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a very competitive match. In the 6 years that I've been wrestling, and I think it's 8 that she's been wrestling, we've never had a one-on-one match together. So who knows what the chemistry is going to be like, but I know I've got a lot of pent-up rage in me. I'm sure she's got the same, and I think it's going to be magic.
Well, we talked about the obvious physical pain from the injuries. What does it do to you mentally, though?
Well, on the mental aspect, they say bad things come in threes. So I had the 2 injuries, and I lost my job as well as a result of the broken wrist. So in terms of feeling useless, that was definitely high up there. 6 weeks in the cast for both of them, not really being able to do much of anything. The leg especially, with the wrist, I was able to continue working out, so at least I was able to rehab a little bit quicker because of that. But mentally, rehab is an interesting game. I actually kind of enjoy the challenge of it, and if it didn't impact everything else in your life so much so, it wouldn't be such a bad thing. But just because it does impact everything that you're doing, it's an experience that I'm anxious to put behind me. And with the rest of 2014 to look ahead of, I'm anxious for all the opportunities that are going to come up now.
Well, it sounds like all of your focus is on Cherry Bomb, July 20th at SMASHAPALOOZA. Mm-hmm. But looking past that, once again, we have CANUSA 2014 coming up. It's been announced that you will be on Team Canada. What are your thoughts going into CANUSA this time around?
First of all, it's such an honor to be a part of Team Canada again. I really truly mean that. Lufisto I look up to as a mentor, as a colleague, and as someone that I would love to perform with eventually on shows as well. So the fact that she chose me to be a part of Team Canada again, I really appreciate that. One thing that I am in this business is very humble and appreciative of all the opportunities that I'm given. So I'm especially excited for that coming up, and it is a big deal because I feel like female wrestling in Canada, unfortunately doesn't get the attention that it deserves. Other than Femme Fatale and Smash's CANUSA every year, there really isn't much opportunity for women to be performing here. And we have such a thick talent pool that it really is such a shame that there isn't more out there for us. But you know, CANUSA is a big deal. You know, we get a lot of the big names from the States, a lot of big names from Canada, and I'm anxious to make another impact. And I think you're going to be looking at the MVP for the 2014 tournament right now.
Well, that's one of the reasons Smash Wrestling puts on this CANUSA tournament every year, is to give you that platform, that stage to perform on, because we truly believe in women's wrestling. Now, if the rumors are true though, Team USA is looking twice as dangerous as they did last year.
Yeah, I've heard some of those rumors as well. You know, I can only speak for what Team Canada has been preparing for, and we come into the event with a lot of vengeance on our mind. We were defeated last year. There's no defeat and no stabbing pain like being defeated on your home soil. So with that in mind, I think we've been training harder than we've ever trained. On myself on a personal level, anxious to come back bigger, stronger, faster, better than I've ever been. And I can only speak for how I intend to perform in the tournament, and I think you're looking at the MVP for this year's tournament. I'm dead set on stealing the show again.
All right, Xandra Bale, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck July 20th.
Thank you very much.
Fans, SMASHAPALOOZA is right around the corner, and what a card we have for you. We kick things off in a triple threat match as Brent Banks takes on Scotty O'Shea and Pepper Parks. Banks and O'Shea have been feuding for a while now, but now we sprinkle a little bit of pepper onto the mix. Next up, Cherry Bomb takes on Xandra Bale in a match that has major CANUSA implications. Cherry Bomb has still not picked a side, and Xandra Bale hopes to once again impress LuFisto after her match at last year's CANUSA against Kimberly. The Overdogs look to come back from that big loss at rival schools when they take on TDT. The last time these two teams met, it was the older version of the Overdogs, but now Sebastian, Suave, and John Breed want to prove that they're greater than the original faction. The Super Smash Brothers are back in action, hot off a victory in a tables match over the Overdogs, but they're taking on the rising team in Smash Wrestling in the GOAT Brigade. Christopher Daniels makes his Smash Wrestling debut in his first match in Ontario in over 5 years when he takes on New Japan star Takaki Watanabe. Next up, a dream match in Canadian wrestling as two of Canada's biggest stars go head-to-head. Kevin Steen versus the cyborg Tyson Dukes. Josh Alexander has modeled his entire career after Chris Hero, and now for the first time ever, he gets a chance to show what he's learned, as Chris Hero and Josh Alexander go one-on-one. Fans, be sure to get your tickets because they are going fast. Very few VIP tickets still remain, and if you pre-order your tickets online, general admission is saved $5.
July 20th at the E-Zone in Etobicoke, Toronto, Ontario. Witness the cyborg Tyson Dukes take on Mr. Wrestling himself, Kevin Steen. These two men will wage war. Smash Wrestling SMASHAPALOOZA July 20th at the E-Zone in Etobicoke, Toronto, Ontario. Tickets on sale now, www.smash-wrestling.com. Come see Hacker Scotty O'Shea, Alex Vega, the Super Smash Brothers, Takake Watanabe, GOAT Brigade, Pepper Parks, TDT, Tyson Dukes, Chris Hero, the Overdogs, Josh Alexander, Cherry Bomb, Brent Banks, and Kevin Steen. Also featuring the debut of the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Tickets on sale now, www.smash-wrestling.com.
Fans, we thank you once again for joining us on another episode of Smash TV as we look back at the original Super Showdown and my interview with Xandra Bale.
Absolutely, folks. Thank you for making my Wednesday night exactly what I always look forward to.
For Brad Myers, I'm Scott Hunter. Stay beautiful, everybody.
Let's get smashed. We're here to right the wrong.
Cormac.
Shane Saber.
The GOAT Brigade.
July 20th, SMASHAPALOOZA. We step foot in the ring with the best tag team in possibly the world, the Super Smash Brothers.
Now we could be making jokes about how I'm going to rip the cord out of the wall and it's going to be game over for you boys. But no, this Sunday, things are going to be a lot more serious than that.
Smash Wrestling has the best tag team division in all of Canada. And we're here to prove, not only do we belong, that we belong at the top of it.
And next month, they're already advertising Super Smash Bros. Versus Young Bucks. No doubt, this is going to be one hell of a match. I'm looking forward to it. But they're looking past us.
Past the GOAT Brigade.
So this Sunday, we're going to prove that it should be us. Us in that match. Us taking on the Young Bucks. Smash Bros, you've had your time.
And you're not even going to make it to next month after you step foot in the ring with us.
We prove we are the GOAT Brigade for a reason.
We prove we are the greatest of all time.